Two ways going about making this a actual door face by giving it a thickness first. There's two ways of doing that. The main way would be go to modify, 3D operations, thicken, you select that object, enter, and you just give it a thickness, a reasonable thickness. I did a 1/4 inch, 3/4, an inch. I don't think you're gonna do more than an inch thick wood for a cabinet door face. So I'm sorry, hey guys. What? What I did was I went to modify, 3D operations, thicken, or you can type it in, and you give it a thickness, and that you can see mine has a thickness, so it actually works. Or your other option, undo. Where are we? Okay. Undo. There we go. That piece. Another option would be to start out with the thickness at the bottom. So I would actually draw a rectangle here, which I can do now. This one's gonna be a lot more work, so you guys don't have to do it this way. If you can make it work using your thicken tool, then that's your best bet. If not, then here's your other option of doing so. So I think I'm gonna stretch it over here. Got this one piece, and my ending piece is gonna be over here. I'm gonna stretch it out to match it to here. Right? That should be on top. Shift to deselect, stretch it up here. So I got something like that. Do loft from here to here, and use guides. Comes out with a little different thickness in one spot, but still works. Gives you that thickness you need. So delete that out. There we go. So again, back to the 3D operation, thicken, select, enter, point. There we go, 1/2 inch thickness. So once I have that, that's actually my face. It's pretty much complete. Just gotta make a mirror of it, so you have 2 drawers instead of 1. So you can go mirror, use your center, like so, and I can actually move it back into my cabinet to get a better visual view of how it would look. Something like that. It's actually bigger than, I don't know why. If it's bigger than your actual cabinet and you want to cut it to make it shorter, you can easily do that by using your slice command. But a best way of doing that is, let's see, go upside down. So I have my cabinet view from the back, and that's my door face. So all I have to do is slice it, select that object, and use my edge of my cabinet as my slicing point. And again, I'm going to slice it again, select this object, and use the line again. I'm going to rotate around so you guys can see this better. I sliced it to the top. You guys see that slice? Okay, remove that. Now it should be a straight cut, which is nice. And the next issue is that this cabinet needs to reach out more, so it closes this gap in between my door and the actual cabinet. Now to do this will be a little bit complicated, but actually pretty simple. What we're going to be using is the slice command again, and we're just going to create a surface first to use it to slice it. Now, before I do any of that slicing, I need to fill this gap. To fill this gap, what I would do is I would go to Modify, Solid Editing, Extrude Faces, I select the face over here of my cabinet, extrude it out. I don't have a specified distance, but it has to go through the door, so that looks pretty much good. There's two ways of going about cutting this cabinet. Of course, I'm going to make a copy of my drawer faces before I do anything else, if I lose them. So I'm going to type in, select them, copy them. I'm going to move them 50 inches so I keep a specified distance that I know. And what I want to do next is either I'm going to union these two doors. So union that and that. Got one big piece in here. I can just slice it since it's a solid object. So or not slice it. Sorry, subtract it. So I subtract. Select the cabinet. Select the two drawer faces that were unions. It's gonna give me that sliver. It looks like the doors were actually a bit smaller on one side than the other, so they were offset a little bit. So I'm just gonna undo it. And what I need to do to fix this issue, okay, the piece is in here. Yes, it's one piece. All I have to do is go to modify, extrude faces, and I extrude that door face. Oops, gotta do a little bit more. I didn't move around too much. There we go. So I actually have this solid piece in here, but it's covered just by a thin layer of the cabinet. To fix that, all I have to do is go to modify, solid edit, extrude faces, and look for that face. There we go. I think I got that, and I give it a distance. It looks like I extruded sideways. Question?
Yes, when you did the lock command for the door.
Oh, wait, what's that? So to get this fixed, what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna just move this over a little bit first, like 5 inches. Now I'm gonna use the modify extrude faces. It's easier to get this way. Type in like a distance. Cannot extrude, ignore from this question. Alright, for some reason it won't let me extrude. That's not a problem. What I can do is, which one? It's hard to understand. Alright, so in that case I just gotta make sure I move it out a little bit. So I move it back the 4 inches, I believe, or so. It's okay if I have a gap, I can always move it in more. But I'm just gonna move it back one more inch. And I'm gonna make a copy that is, again, a specified distance, so I can put it back. So I'm gonna do 25. We use subtract command. Enter, select this object, subtract this and this door. Again, it's going to leave me that little thin piece right here. That's okay. I'm just going to move this back. Instead of 25, I'm going to do 24.5. And I'm going to do a subtract again. Enter. So now I actually do have a perfect cut through. Well, actually, I don't. So I have to fix that edge too. So I'll just do. Good thing I had a copy over here, which is always nice to have. And I'm going to move it over a little bit, just a fraction. Just a fraction. I can always extrude the face also, it's an option. But I'm going to do it this way, make it my life a little simpler. And do subtract again. And my last but least, oh jeez, I got one more piece. Should have made my doors bigger. 49.9. I can't use a separate command until I know that all the piece. Oh, this was not. I'm gonna fix this by using a slice. My computer's storage freezer. Save your work. Let's see. Pause.